in my heart. I just wanna please you, baby.
What's good, team? Mr. Quan.
It's your girl, Mr. G.
And it's your boy Quan. And together we're unstoppable
and unbreakable.
So what's up, you guys? Welcome back to our vlog channel. Today, Rissa and I are going to be doing a Q&A in which we're going to be touching on our past and our past relationships.
So Quan and I both put up questionnaires on our IG stories. If you aren't following us, make sure you're following us on IG right now. And as always, you guys sent us some really good questions regarding our past and our past relationships.
We don't really talk about our past much or our past relationships. So we decided to open up to you guys today. So today's video should really be a good one.
We have a lot of questions today, so this video might be a little lengthy, but I promise you guys are gonna love it and enjoy it because these questions are really juicy and you guys are gonna love our answers to a lot of these things. So we just wanna hop right into this video. So we hope you guys are excited for it. If you are, be sure to give it a thumbs up right now. Subscribe to our channel if you are new. Turn on your post notifications so you're notified every single time we post. And what else, babe?
Make sure you follow us both on Instagram, and most importantly, make sure you go on RissaQuanMerch.com and go copy some merch. Alright, you ready, babe?
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna just go first. We both got sent questions. I'm pretty sure some of them may be the same, some of them may be different, but either way, we're both gonna be answering them. Have you ever loved someone else like you love Rissa? Absolutely not.
That was absolutely so quick.
I mean, I didn't even have to think about that. That was just like the easiest one to answer, so that's why I made sure I put that one first. Honestly, I've been in serious relationships before, but none of them come close. Neither one of them was as deep as our relationship.
Yeah.
And I never had a bond or relationship with anyone else like the one I have with Rissa. So same exact thing for me. Honestly, I wouldn't have even had to think about that question. Yeah.
What Quan and I have is literally like a soulmate situation going on here. Like, you only have one soulmate. I believe in that, and we're meant for each other. I've never felt this way about anyone else in my life, and I just love you so much.
Love you too, baby. Alright, you can ask the next question.
When you were in high school, did you ever imagine that this would be your life now?
Absolutely not. When I was in high school, what I imagined my life being was me being in the NFL. So if you guys didn't know, I used to play football. I played football throughout my whole entire life. So the only thing that was on my mind was me going to the NFL. So that was the only thing I could picture myself doing.
That was like one of his biggest dreams. He always talks about it.
And as for you?
For me, my life is nowhere like where I thought it was going to be. When I was in high school, I was really ardent on becoming a neonatal nurse. I loved nursing. I loved everything hospital-wise. When I graduated high school, I did work in a hospital. But I always pictured myself like being a nurse or a physician's assistant or a doctor, something in the medical field. But what I'm doing now isn't exactly that.
Yeah, but we absolutely love what we do now.
Yeah,
to be
I mean,
honest.
You just never know what God has planned for you, honestly. Like,
nah, for real.
But I did always imagine myself being successful in some type of way. I always manifested that for myself because I've always been a hard worker and I've always had goals. So I did know I was going to be successful, but I had no idea that it would be in this way.
Yeah, honestly, I thought I was going to be successful with something dealing with sports or in like the business field, like owning my own business, which I do now.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like a sports business. And I also was into like architecture, but I sucked in math, so.
Yeah, I don't know if you really like tell them that often on the channel, but Quan
I
draws.
never mentioned it. Yeah, so I'm very artistic. My uncle, while he was in jail, he used to like draw pictures and send them to me because he knew I like to draw, and I used to mimic them, and I just got better and better and better. So I don't know, I just researched some careers with like art other than like doing comics and doing children's books or anything, and it was architecture. So my beginning years in school, I was pretty good with math, but as I got older, as I went up in grades, math got harder and it just didn't work out for me.
But overall, Quan and I honestly both never saw ourselves doing what we are doing today, but we are very happy with what we're doing.
Facts. Did you trust Rissa right away? So I don't think you can trust anyone right away. So of course I had crazy trust issues. I had crazy trust issues not only because we didn't know each other like that, we was getting to know each other, but also because of my past relationships and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest, not exactly, and I'm pretty sure she didn't trust me
at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she didn't trust me either.
You cannot just go into something trusting someone off rip. You gotta have your guard up, you know what I'm saying? And especially for me, same exact thing. I did not trust Quan right away. I didn't know him very well. I had to get to know him. And with me, I'm the type of person, like, you have to earn trust with me. You do not just get that and I don't give it to you. You have to earn it. And Quan definitely did that. I've never trusted someone so much in my life, honestly. But right away, heck no.
Our trust is probably on another level now.
Yeah.
But before, you know, I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think anyone's ever been like, yeah, I just trusted someone right away.
nah.
Besides, like,
foolish.
I feel like the only person or the only people in our lives that we probably trust right away would be our parents.
Yeah, and our siblings.
Because when you're
that's
raised
who you're raised
with
around.
them, you automatically just put your trust into them. Oh,
Okay.
I like this question.
Okay, what's that?
We never talked about this before. Do you guys have friends of the opposite sex that you still hang with / talk to? So in regards to hang, definitely not. Not because he is of the opposite sex, but simply because like he's doing his own things in life. Quan and I are so busy. We honestly don't really hang with a lot of people because our days are just so ram-packed. But yeah, I still have a friend from high school that I talk to here and there. He's actually in the military right now. He's doing great in life, and we've been friends since we were like 9 years old. But we still talk here and there, like we'll congratulate each other on things in life like that. That's about it.
Yeah, same here. I still have like girls that I'm friends with. I'll talk to here and there, like, you know, about life and congratulate them. They'll congratulate me. But as far as hanging out, probably not. I don't want you guys to think it's because we prevent each other from like hanging out with our friends. Like we said, we trust each other, we trust one another.
Like I know all his girlfriends and he knows my one guy friend that I've been friends with for so long. He's been friends with these girls for so long.
And we discussed that already, so we know it's nothing more than just a friendship. So we're not preventing each other from hanging out.
There's
with
nothing
our
wrong with
friends.
that though. I feel like that's healthy, like to have friends of the opposite sex and everything.
Exactly.
Like that.
We just so happen to not be hanging out with our friends for the time being because we're very busy, Corona, and
they
all
are
these
too
other
though.
things.
They're getting their lives together.
Exactly.
Your friends are very successful in life right now. Like everyone's getting their life together. We're all at that age where we're just grinding and trying to solidify things. So yeah.
Before you met Rissa, did you expect to start a YouTube channel with your future wife? And vice versa?
That's so cute. That's a good question.
That was a good question, but to be honest, absolutely not. I didn't know anything about a YouTube channel. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, Rissa was the one that introduced me to YouTube. I knew absolutely nothing. Well, I did know about YouTube, but the only reason I would go on YouTube was to watch like music videos and stuff like that. But I never knew about like couples channels or people having couples channels. So this was like fairly new to me.
Not even just that, you didn't even know that people like made a livelihood on YouTube or like had individual channels.
I didn't know anything about YouTube. But now that I do know, I'm not gonna lie, I would have definitely wanted to do a YouTube channel. But I don't think I would want to do a YouTube channel with anybody else but Rissa.
Oh, I love you.
I wouldn't have wanted to be honest.
The same like answer for me. I never thought that I would have ended up doing a YouTube channel with my future husband, but it just happened. And like Quan said, I brought it up to him, and at first we were just doing it because we thought it was fun, and it honestly made us closer, I want to say. But definitely. I never pictured myself like being a YouTuber or anything.
Me neither.
That just wasn't like...
That doesn't even exist in NYC, to be honest. Now it does. I'm happy that it does. But like...
Yeah, it wasn't
back
common.
then, before we even started, it was unheard of, to be honest. Like, especially YouTube couple-wise, didn't exist. You know, NYC is kind of different. So we're happy that now more people are starting to do it in New York. But it didn't even exist before, so I knew nothing about it.
What made you guys break up in your last relationships?
Okay, you can answer that first.
I
mean, like, that's your question.
Okay.
So I can answer.
Okay, so I've only had one previous relationship, I guess you could say, but now looking back on it, I always told Quan this, I just feel like it was a very immature relationship. It's nothing like what Quan and I have now. But honestly, it was nothing too detrimental for us. Honestly, I just feel like we grew apart and we had different goals in life and we just couldn't relate anymore. I was going off to college and things just kind of like became distant, and at that point, it just cut off ties. That's about it with us.
Now, as far as for my last relationship, it was very, very, very toxic. So like, if you are in a toxic relationship, please get out of it and just leave it alone. It was very toxic. I'm not gonna say much about it, but it's good that we left each other alone, you know.
But you gotta kind of answer why, like what was like the
it was
final,
just,
like the last straw?
Because it was just like you said, it was very immature. So it was just more of us constantly breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, messing with other people, then messing with each other again, which is not healthy and not good. That's pretty much why. It was just no good.
It was kind of the same kind of situation with you though. You ended up going to college and that's how you guys ended up being distant.
Yeah, but I'm happy because
yeah, I mean, I'm saying
like,
it was for the better, but I'm just saying like
it would have been like something that would have continuously kept going on
and not knowing how to get out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you're in those situations, it's kind of hard to get out of, like in the moment.
Yeah.
And then you're just so used to that person that you just feel comfortable. So that's what it is.
So a lot of people be gassing these toxic relationships up and thinking it's cool and that it's something that you want to be a part of. Honestly, it's no good for your health and it's very bad for your mental. So please, if you're in a toxic relationship, get out of it.
Good advice.
Have you ever dealt with a heartbreak and how did you overcome it? Now, when I think about this question, I really had to sit there and think hard because I'm not sure if it was a heartbreak.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I was hurt. It's something that hurt me, but a heartbreak is kind of different, you know? Like, I would be heartbroken if anything happened with us, you know? Because we're so deep into this relationship, it's just like
it's
different.
layers, yeah.
We done did everything together. Now that I think about my past relationships, we barely did much.
But in those moments
and in
when
those
you were
moments,
hurt,
in those
it
moments,
felt like a
I
heartbreak.
felt like it was a heartbreak. But now that I think about it, I'm like, nah, honestly, that wouldn't even compare to how I would feel now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, honestly, I've dealt with heartache because that's just how I felt. Yeah, it's more of a heartache other than a heartbreak. I dealt with heartache, and to get over it, honestly, I just had to be alone and clear my mind. Because a lot of people, when they deal with heartache, they start messing with other people to try and get over it. They start hanging around friends, which give them bad advice, or they try and hang around friends to get over it. You just got to be to yourself and find some alone time and just be in your own space and to really think and not put yourself in such deep thought that you put yourself in depression, but to think things over, think where you went wrong, moving forward, how you can do better, more positive thoughts than negative thoughts. And that's how you get over it, honestly. That's how I got over it.
So I can answer this like really quickly. I've never had a heartbreak. I've always told Quan this. Like, honestly, like, just like talking, you know, in your relationships, you talk about your past. Obviously, Quan and I have opened up to each other about our past. But compared to like how he was feeling and the things he used to go through in his past relationships and stuff like that, I've honestly never felt that. Like, I've never been in so deep with someone that I was really like that hurt or depressed, you know, like sleep deprived, anything like that. Like I said, my past relationship was like immature and I'll be upset about certain things, but I never was like really that hurt.
That's good.
And it's not because I didn't care about the person or anything like that. It's just I feel like I was so active in so many things. Like, I was doing soccer, I was working, I was doing college classes in high school. My mind was so focused on so many other things, I didn't have time to focus solely on my relationship.
That's another thing. That's good that you said that. So those who are watching this video, to avoid even having a heartbreak, I'm not saying not to focus on relationships if you are in a relationship. If you're not where you want to be in life yet, focus on that more than the relationship. The only way you have to deal with that is if you're so focused on that person other than, you know, your priorities. So
yeah, and I feel like that's what it was. Like, I don't want to sound like selfish, but I would put myself first to where I couldn't even focus on like the little things that might be upsetting me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
What's one thing you wish you never did in the past?
Oh, that's a great question.
So I feel like one thing that I wish I never did in the past was pay attention to what people thought about me too much. Like, their opinions and them just talking negatively about me. I feel like sometimes I would let it like kind of absorb me and like get me into a little bubble, especially in high school. But I really wish I didn't do that because it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something I had to even learn, like, starting YouTube. Like, stop paying attention to what people are saying about you when it's negative. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the positive.
Yeah.
So.
One thing I wish I never did in the past was lower my standard.
When it comes to what?
When it came to like girls. I used to have like very, very, very high standards when it came to females. And I feel like as time went on, I started just lowering it and lowering it and lowering it based off of like other people, you know?
Like your influences or
Yeah, influences, like people telling me like, yo, if you don't mess with that girl. But I had like very high expectations on the type of girl that I wanted, and I was very specific. And if that girl didn't meet that standard, I would not talk to her.
Not
she
just
wouldn't even get my
looks
attention.
Wise, you're not just
looks wise.
Okay.
Everything, like everything mattered to me. And then as time went on, you know, I started hanging around different people, and then my standards started lowering and lowering. I wish I never did that because I wouldn't have messed with more than half of the females that I messed with in the past. I probably would have been in a relationship sooner, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
which would have matured me quicker. Yeah. So
I like your answer. I like your
honestly,
answer.
that's something that I wish I could go back and change, but
no regrets.
no regrets.
Everything happens for a reason.
Nah, not at all. Have you ever felt depression, and how did you overcome it?
I'll answer first if you don't mind.
All right, go ahead.
Personally, I don't feel that I've ever experienced depression. Luckily, I know it's something a lot of people go through and have had to deal with in their life, but I've never been in a state of mind where I felt like I was depressed.
That's good. Honestly, I'm happy that this person asked that question, you know, because I feel like I could do a good job with answering that. I've probably never opened up about this, but I had lost my sister a few years ago, tragically. And in that time, I think I really felt slight depression. It was very hard to like get through, you know, and to cope with, because honestly, it was something that I never expected. It was something that I didn't think would happen in a million years, and honestly, no, don't do that. Honestly, I don't like when I get rubbed when I'm like talking on a touchy topic. It makes me even more emotional.
I know, you're making me emotional.
Nah, I'm not trying to get emotional, but I've dealt with it before. You can't drown in your thoughts. So
what did you do to get out of your thoughts?
My dad honestly was the one that helped me get through it the most. Honestly, on top of having like a partner, like my ex and my family around, they helped me get through it. But my dad, most of all, helped me with the depression part, because I was drowning in my thoughts. I was overthinking. The thing with life, you can't overthink with life. You can't sit there and try and understand why certain things happen, because that's how you put yourself in depression. You just gotta understand life is not fair. Things happen. It's a part of life, and we're all bound to like pass one day, you know. So I just thought on the positive side as much as I could. I stopped drowning in my thoughts, and I just thought happy thoughts and thought happy memories, and that's what honestly helped me get through my depression, you know. So just try, please, not to drown in your thoughts and not to think negatively. Try and think positively as much as you can, and just stay around people that's gonna uplift you, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like it's very important. And I also know a lot of people may not have the same support system that you had.
Yeah.
But there are like counselors and things like that.
Definitely.
Just, you know, to just get your feelings out there and just not stay in your head, like Quan said.
Yeah.
How long were y'all dating before you moved in together?
Ooh.
You know, I like this question because I don't think we've ever spoke about this before.
No, we never spoke about
So
it.
it's pretty quick answer. Quan and I were dating for about a year before we decided to move in together. So that was like the dating stage, like literally just talking every day, getting to know each other better, going out on dates, things like that.
You basically answered that.
I mean, yeah,
more for me.
I just thought it was good to answer because we never told him that, and you know, some people might just be getting into a relationship, they may not want to rush it, but honestly, whenever you feel it's time, you know.
Have you guys ever spent an entire day without talking to each other? Well, we had days.
An entire day? So that means 24 hours?
24 hours is beastie. We've had days where we got into it and we haven't spoke for like half the day. But the entire day, I don't know.
We can't do it.
Wrist folds.
Every time.
I'm more tough. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more tough.
He could literally
my
go
pride.
a whole day without talking to me.
Nah, I can't.
If I was to go the whole 24 hours, he would go the whole 24 hours. But I always feel like I don't like having static. I don't like bad energy. I just like to talk things out, give you your space. But I'd be like, dang, you needed that much space?
I'm very stubborn.
Like the whole day? Like the whole...
If I'm really mad, I'm very stubborn. But if I'm in the wrong, I will reach out and not go with us without talking.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
whatever
you know
he says.
that.
It's not every
you know
time.
That. She could be stubborn sometimes too.
But I'm never stubborn
like,
to the point that I wouldn't like...
It happens back
come
and
and
forth.
talk to you.
But we never go 24 hours without talking to each other, ever.
Honestly,
ever.
It's not even like the whole... It's not like from morning to night either. It'd be like in the morning till midday, and then we have to talk.
Honestly.
It is what it is. It happens, you guys.
It happens, honestly.
Did you ever see a future with any of your past partners?
I thought I did at the time.
In the moment, you feel like you do, right?
Yeah. In the moment, you feel like you do, but...
You know, I feel like I always had this little thing in the back of my mind that I just knew it wasn't going to work. Like, I just feel like we had such different lifestyles, different goals in life. And like I said, I always imagined myself like going off somewhere in another state to medical school. So I didn't really know if it was ever really going to work.
Yeah. I
never like thought that, you know, we could really make it work. But that was just how it felt at the time, honestly.
Yeah. Same here in the beginning. I thought.
Well, it's all ponies and butterflies then.
Yeah, and then as time went by, I'm like, yeah, this is just, you know, not it, to be honest. My last question. How many relationships have you guys been in?
Including, like, ours?
Yeah. So, I think we answered this before.
I think so.
Me in total, that I would count as a real relationship, probably 3.
He always says that.
3, honestly.
Yeah, I've only been in 2, so 1 prior and then 1.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
This is also my last question. What's one thing you guys have in your relationship together that your past relationships never had?
Oh, I like that question. That's very spicy. That's very spicy.
It's deep.
You want to answer first?
Oh my god, I feel like there's so many things though. I can't just say one thing. Did it say one thing? It says, what's one thing?
One thing. So what's the
so
most
I'll say one
significant
thing.
All right.
It's one small word, but it means a lot to me, and it's trust.
Trust.
I've never trusted someone as much as I've trusted you before. Like, I literally trust you with my life. Like,
Yeah.
yes. And it's
Wow.
that word and like trust is just so important in a relationship, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I really need in a relationship, and I just trust Quan to the moon and back, like 110%.
Honestly, I think I could say the same thing. The same exact thing. That's the one
Trust?
thing. Yeah. Honestly. I just wanted somebody that would love me the same and be on the same page as me.
Mhm.
And I feel like we're on the same page. Like,
Yeah.
we're just
We're right here, baby.
with everything, you know? So, yeah, that's the main thing. I can't think of anything else. Well,
It probably
besides
sounds
love.
like
Yeah.
cliche. Obviously love, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying it sounds cliche when people say like, oh, trust is the most important in a relationship,
Nah,
but it really is.
It's really huge.
With everything, especially with Quan and I do, not just like trusting about not cheating, like the little things, but it's everything. Like our business moves together. I have to trust he's gonna make the right decisions for us as a
Everything.
whole. You know what I'm saying? Just literally everything. It comes down to trust.
Damn. We really just sat here and opened up the Team Risk and Quan.
I love
And
doing that though, honestly.
Yeah. I hope you guys made it to the end of the video though and actually sat there and listened to every single one of our answers. We really just went in regarding our past and our past relationships.
And you open up to them about something that you
Yeah.
never even spoke about before on the channel.
Yeah, so I hope that this Q&A helped with a lot of people who were like curious to how to deal with certain situations and certain things. And I hope you guys just enjoyed us opening up to you guys and learn more about us, you know.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up right now and subscribe to our channel if you are new, and stay tuned for our next vlog video.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Peace.